Okay, so we're here with
Danny D.
lovely sex toy geezer on one of the latest shoots for Gazman, one of the Young Harlot shoots. How many of these have you been on?
I have no idea now, it's ridiculous. I have no idea. I got about 7 or 8 DVDs yesterday, what I hadn't collected, so that was from about a couple of months ago. Yeah, I have no idea.
Do you watch your own work back now?
Yeah, I used to watch it a lot more, just mainly to critique it, because I used to pull this silly face and, and I'm like, oh fuck, do I actually do that? You know?
Mega monkey face.
Then you watch it back and you're like, then you're more conscious, you know, so when you start doing that face, you're like, right, stop that, you know, so the more you watch it back, you can notice what you're doing wrong, I think. So yeah, I do watch my scenes back, but not for pleasure, if that makes sense, more to professionalism, critique my work.
Not even vanity, it's more a question of, as you say, improving yourself.
That's it.
Do you model yourself on any particular star of the past?
No, not at all. Like, I have great respect for like a lot of the performers, and to be honest, I'm really gay when it comes to porn stars. Like when I was in Vegas, like all I'm like is I want to go and have my photos with all the dudes rather than there's all these chicks, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Nacho Vidal, and I'm like, hey Nacho, Max Hardcore, hey Ron Jeremy, you know, because
they're the ones that you've grown up on.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I always respect the guys who have been in the industry a long time, but I think it's important to not copy anyone's style and have your own, just bring a bit of yourself to the business, you know.
I agree.
There's too many old guys, without being rude, too many old guys in the business, so we need a bit of young
I
blood.
agree, and yeah, that's where you come in.
A bit of the Twitter generation coming through, you know.
Exactly. Do they give you any advice then? Do they give you any tips?
Yeah, I mean, like Nacho Vidal has given me some great advice in the past, and a lot of guys in general will have nice things to say, but you know, at the end of the day, everyone has their own thing that works, you know, so you can kind of get as much advice as you want, but you know, I think it's all in your head really, you know, so.
It's like when you're doing your scenes then, do you actually visualise something to help you through?
Not necessarily. Like I got told a really good thing once by a male performer that no matter who the girl is, just find one thing that you like. No matter what you're doing, no matter if you hate the girl, if there's no chemistry, just find one thing. You know, if she's the biggest, ugliest you've ever seen and you don't want to sleep with it, but she's got a nice little toe, just focus on that fucking little toe. You know, just anything, an elbow. You know, she's got nice tits. Stare at the tits. You know, just find one thing and focus on that. You know, and that's what I try and do now. You know, if I don't like the girl or we have a bad repertoire or whatever, you know, then I just try and find one thing, hone in on it, focus on it, and usually keeps me going.
Do you have a favourite position?
I don't have a favourite position, no. I have positions what are better for me. So if I'm kind of like slacking in the scene or something, I can go to a position that I know I really enjoy or helps me get hard and stuff like that. So yeah, I wouldn't say I have a favourite position, but I do have a few, you know, what I like.
And do you have a female at the moment?
I don't, no, I'm single.
Oh, he's eligible, ladies.
No, yeah, he's eligible. No, I made a bit of a rule like a few years back that I was going to stay single. I used to go out with Lolly, and like once that was a bit.
Lolly.
Oh, Lolly, yeah.
My type of girl.
Yeah, and she when she quit porn for me and everything, it was cool, but you know, relationships at the end of the day in porn are so fucking difficult, and I'm sort of brought up like by my mum and traditional values, and you know, like I kind of think that when I fall in love, like I want to be in love. I don't want to fucking go bang pussy. I don't want my wife to go fuck dick.
Will you just stop then when you find the right
girl? No, I mean I'll always be a part of the industry, but I just said that to myself anyway. I'm going to do like 5 years single, just so I can establish myself, get my name, do my job without anything affecting it. You know, because before when I've been in love and in porn, I was happy to throw it all away. I didn't want to go to America. I was happy to quit, you know, and all that. And to be honest, I don't want to go back on the building site. So this is what I've got to do. You know, 5 years single, establish myself, and then that way, if I fall in love at that point, they'll fall in love for me and everything I've done and accept it, rather than halfway through and I'm like, don't worry, I'm just going to Harmony to bang 20 birds to see you soon, darling.
Anyway, talking about your tools, so you used to be what, a brickie?
I used to be a ground worker, right. So it's like the lowest of the low on a building site.
Literally and metaphorically.
Literally, yeah. It was 6 till 6 every day, 6 days a week, 7 if you wanted the overtime.
Yeah, a hard job.
Yeah, I hated it. You know, you can't be creative, like, you know, because your foreman just laughs at you, you know, you're like, I've got an idea, and it's, fuck off, Dan, you don't know how to lay bricks, let alone fucking dig holes, you know what I mean? So, but with this, you know, people listen to you, you can be creative, and I treat the whole experience like boys' holiday. Like, this is like, we work with the same crew, the same sort of guys, the only thing that changes is the girls, so in my eyes, this is like going to Magaluf with my buddies, but I just don't have to crawl the bars looking for pussy, you know, the director brings them here, and So it's
Another
like a
thing we've
one-stop.
noticed is you're a natural actor. You seem to have an affinity with acting. You seem to be able to just
Oh, thank
pull
you.
it off, don't you?
I like the acting side of things. When I was little, I wanted to be an actor. Didn't necessarily think porn actor, but I wanted to. My mum often takes the piss that because she put me in acting school when I was a little kid, when I was really little, and I did like a few BBC things and ITV, just child acting, and I was naughty once at school, and she pulled me out of the acting school and was like, right, you can go back next term when you fucking behave, and I never behaved, so I never went back. And so my mum's kind of like, all them fucking nights I spent taking you to the acting school, and you're a fucking porn star. Like, what the hell? I was actually doing something real. And I'm like, oh, sorry, well, that kind of helped.
So how have the family reacted to that then?
My mum's amazing. She's like literally my biggest fan and the most supportive woman you could ever meet. She's, as I say, she flew to Vegas with me for the AVNs, and she knows all. She's been on set. We've had shoots that we've filmed at her house because locations have let me down.
Right.
And, my dining room table, my family dining room table, Christmas dinner and bloody birthday meal off, and we run out of a location once, and I rang my mum and I was just like, look, we're fucked. We need a house for a week. I need your house. So she's like, okay, no worries. Just make sure it's clean. And I'm like, yeah, no worries. So anyway, she had the last day off, and it was that day that was my scene. So she's in the kitchen, making sandwiches for the cast and crew. And I'm in the dining room getting a fucking double blowjob off these two girls going, this is the bollocks, this is so cool, And then my mum comes in going, don't worry, I'm not looking, anyone want a sandwich? And I'm like, Mum, get the fuck out, And she's like, I'm not looking. And I'm like, get the fuck out, Mum, do you know what I mean? And my little sister's doing hair and makeup, and she can touch up, and I'm like, get the fuck out! What the fuck is this, And everyone's like, oh, Dan, you're so... And I'm like, no, seriously, I don't mind people being in the building, but there's a boundary, that you can't cross.
So your mum doesn't watch your work, then she's just aware of it.
She watches the acting side of things, and obviously she's seen snippets of, cock what is in an edit, but I wouldn't say, she doesn't sit and watch the movies all the way through, but yeah, she's seen them and she's seen what I do, and, and she's been on set. So
she's a makeup artist then?
Yeah, my sister's a makeup artist.
For porn or
for a bit of everything, really. She doesn't really sort of specialise in porn, but I've got her a few porno gigs. I try and keep her away from it because she's fucking really good looking. So and she's got massive, ginormous, natural boobs. So it's not the type of chick you want to be bringing on a porn set, and especially with some of the other savages of guys and the male talent. As soon as they find out, they find out it's my little sister, they're gonna want to be out the back of it. Do you know what I mean? So.
That's your protective side coming out, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So no, it's an interesting one.
So at the moment, you're just sort of going with the flow, seeing how things go.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't really work in the UK anymore, just because the work's kind of just not really worth it. I either don't pay my rate, or the productions aren't up to what I want to kind of be working with. But now things are a lot better. I kind of get to travel a lot, and so yeah, it's really good. I can't really complain. It's just.
Have you got aspirations to be a photographer or a producer?
Yeah, I mean,
I've noticed you're very keen on your camera work.
Yeah, I love my camera work. I love all DSLR shooting, and I like movies filming, and I like to do different stuff. So I'm kind of just seeing it as like part of my plan is to just keep working on building my brand up and learning skills that are obviously going to help me in the adult world. I know in 10 years' time DSLR shooting won't be around, but. If you've kind of grown with the times and changed with the things and you're buying the technology, then, I think that's the best way I can kind of better myself in the industry. Otherwise, there's too many 45, 50-year-old guys in this industry that, they can just fuck, and like you stick a girl in front of them, they'll row that girl all day. But other than that's it, that's just their skill set. And I don't want to do that, I want to kind of just learn a bit more and just be a bit better. Otherwise, I kind of feel that you can waste your whole life performing and turn around at 45 and go, shit, now what?
I just thought because of this affinity you've got with acting that you might want to one day do some directing and actually make your own porn.
Yeah, I'd love to, and I think that no one will give you a shot at directing, unless you've either got a big enough brand like Rocco Siffredi or someone like that, or can release films off of the back of their name. So obviously that will be my goal, and to eventually be producing, directing, because like I say, I know you can't perform forever, and I see too many guys in the industry, and I think, without being rude, I don't want to end up like that, single and 46 and no money and no house, no car. Like, you've had an amazing life, but it's not.
You've got to start.
You've got to bank it for your later years, haven't you? Or you've got to move on to something that you can
You've either got to transit to something else and keep your life going, or I don't really know what happens. Like, maybe there's like an OAP home for like old age porn stars or something.
The creaking is in the frame. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Danny D, for being genuine and a very likeable person.
Thank you very much. Great to meet you guys.
You're one of my favourites, Liz.
Great to meet you guys.